What do you use it for? Getting my company groceries to put in my company fridge, in my company house.
All of that.
Okay, well, if we talk about like gross profits, like before we pay any taxes or anything, right? The car probably costs about a quarter.
Packed way too much for this hike, but a lot of it's just creature comforts, and I like to be comfortable and I don't mind carrying the extra weight, so this will be fun. I am I'm in Kananaskis. This is the Evan Thomas, I'm looking at a map. This is the map. I'm at the Evan Thomas Parkway, or car park, and I'm looking to go there. Green Monster Waterfall, or something like that. So I should take a picture of this map in a sec. That'll do. And then I guess I go this way onwards. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Yeah, and it looks like I'm one of the only people here, so this should be a fun one. So I mentioned I brought a shit ton of stuff, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but one thing I forgot to get was gloves, so I'm keeping my hands in my pockets. Next time, gloves. It's solid. Like, this looks like a puddle, but is it a puddle? It's like a little slushy. Oh yeah! Oh! Whee! Nice. Lake, I think. It's a lake. Beautiful. This is my first hike of the season, and hopefully the first hike of very many. Last time I was hiking was September last year, maybe, because it's April now, start of April now, so it's been quite a bit. But this seemed like a fairly easy hike to start with. I think it's a 10 or 11, maybe 12 kilometer hike back and to and back. So I think it's a good one to start with, a good one to warm up. Oh, speaking about warming up, I am warming up. But yeah, I wanted to get some more hikes in this year. Of course, I'm not from Calgary, I'm Australian. Hadn't really taken advantage much of being in Calgary for hikes, and you know what? When I first moved here, I was definitely more of a city boy. Grew up in Melbourne, right? So, sure, the hikes were appealing to me, but they went on the top of my list when it came to, compared to being in a city. But the one thing about Calgary is that the city's kind of shit. So no one comes to Calgary for the city, people come to Calgary for the hikes. And so, over the years, hiking, outdoorsy stuff, camping, rock climbing has become a bit more appealing, much more appealing to me, let's be honest. Yeah, okay, starting to get a little hilly, running out short on breath, so I'm going to put this away and maybe take off my jacket. trickling of water, which is probably a creek. Look at this thing over here. That looks like part of a bridge. Oh my goodness. What happened? Found a creek. I just want to touch it. I just want to touch it, but I think there's ice on it, which is a rock there. Look at this. Oh, it's cold. What did I expect? That means over here might be like a little ice bridge. It's like the water is flowing under and through. How cool is that? It's a little ice. Is it an ice bridge? Seems like an ice bridge. You can kind of see that area, which looks like part of the ice bridge, right? This is an ice bridge, I'm gonna say. And hopefully it's not the last one. Dude. I was just looking at the bunny tracks and then this whole friggin' thing was right next to me. Can you hear that? Listen to that bird. You can kind of see the top of that mountain over there. Damn, it's like some Breath of the Wild shit. It's like some Breath of the Wild shit. How full circle have we come when we compare real life to a video game? It's like I'm in Breath of the Wild. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Looky. Another ice bridge. Ice bridge. Ice bridge 2. As I walk, I start thinking about different things, and one of the things I had started doing more recently was trying to be on social media less. Recently I found myself just doom scrolling on Instagram Reels, and I had this kind of extra, what is it called? Existential, like an out-of-body experience where I looked down, like my spirit almost looked down. I know this is dumb, but it's almost as if the ghost of me, of my spirit, came out of my body and looked down and saw me just staring and doom scrolling at my phone, and I thought, that's ridiculous. I cannot keep doing stuff like that. So what I've been trying to do is be less on social media, so that means less Instagram, mostly Instagram. That's what I've been using mostly. I watch a lot of YouTube, way too much YouTube, so if I can decrease my hours on that. But also Reddit. And so I found myself also just like scrolling through Reddit when I had nothing to do, or if I just had a bit of spare time, or if I was bored. And I just think there's so many other things I could do more in my life that would be more effective. And so I don't know what those things are yet, to be honest. But I'm hoping that boredom will inspire creativity. So I'm going to let myself be bored. And then while I'm bored, maybe I will be a little bit more creative, find a different hobby, learn something new. And so I've only just started this. No, I barely even started, maybe a couple of days ago. But I've been trying to track it at the same time. I think that's the biggest part, is tracking it and seeing my progress over time and seeing how far I've gone. It's been like 2 or 3 days, so not that far, but it'd be interesting to track it and see how long I can keep it going for. But yeah, less social media. A bit more me time, a bit more introspection maybe. Trying to think about stuff. Actually think, you know? Just think. Not just mindlessly scroll. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's a river here. but I looked down this hole and oh my god, that's the creek, that's the river. I wonder if I can stick my phone in there. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can see in there. Hopefully I don't drop my phone. So this is that big rock face that I was talking about. And it looks like we are following this path, going through there, through that little crack, and I think that's the start of the canyon. I was completely wrong. I thought we were supposed to go that way between the two mountains, the two cracks, but I'm wrong. I think the canyon is that way. The interesting thing is that this path splits into two. So I have no idea where that goes, but I'm going to check out that for sure. But then maybe I'm going to go back here and see what's over here. So tune in. But first, canyon. Maybe I should check my maps. Wow. It's like, whoop, getting a little slushy. Hopefully I don't fall in. Woo. Woo. Alright, that's as far as I'm willing to go. That's nice. This is all the sea here. And then we follow that other path back through the canyon. I was so busy filming before I didn't even see these. These tiny little slim. How funny is that? Oh yeah. That's a good family photo. Here you go, here's the thumbnail. Nice. Alright. Cool. Alright, we're going back the way we came, just a little bit to backtrack, and then we're just gonna go up that way, and then we'll go up to the top of this place here. Looks like we're 3/4 of the way through. So there should be a really big waterfall coming along. Yeah, look at this one. This is sick. That was a sketchy ass climb up to here. The camera really does not show how steep that part was and how narrow that part was. But I'm going to put my camera away because there are chains over there. So wish me luck. If I die, thank God. But look at these rocks, they're so cubed. Okay. 2 sets of chains that way. Just past it, and Jesus Christ, we're high. But now we've got to go down using these ropes, I guess. Close. Easy. So that was the hardest part. We just came from over there. That's where we climbed down from using some chains and some ropes. Now we're well into a canyon, or I don't know, maybe we're out of the canyon now, so we'll see. A little ice sheet. That's not sketchy at all. Oh god. Well, someone made it past here, so. Wow. I wonder if that's climbable. But I think I heard some more people behind me who are just yelling or speaking very loudly, so it's a shame, but I guess I don't have this place to myself anymore. I think I'm gonna try and go up there. I had to do the walk of shame backwards. There is, it looks like a little path up there, and maybe there was when it was a bit colder, but the snow and ice are getting very soft. That's it. I think we made it. That's the big boy. Sick. So that big ass waterfall is behind me over there. But I moved a bit further up to see if there's anything else. Trail. But looks like the trail is here. Nice. Services. There's some tea. And that's going to be hot as dicks for a while. That here. Let that cool a bit. Ooh. Good day. I don't know if you're recording. Alright, time to head back. I have my tea. I'm just gonna take my time. Looks like the trail is getting a little bit more popular, so I'm probably not going to do too much talking. I'm gonna try and do a bit more filming. But yeah, I'll take a few more scenic shots and head back. Like that. Isn't she gorgeous? Goodbye, waterfall. Till next time. But look at these, yeah, maybe you can see it. Look at these like round little shadows. You don't realize how different everything looks when you're going backwards, but wow, look at this place. We walked past this little waterfall before, but damn, it looks so different when you're coming back the other way. It's getting quite warm actually. I would estimate about like 7 or 8 degrees Celsius. Where the pathway isn't too thick, it is getting a bit slushy, but otherwise the conditions are great. I'm overheating a little bit, but that's okay. But I'm just enjoying myself right now. It's been a lot of fun. Really good hike. Very easy. I think it's supposed to be harder in the summer. I'm just gonna chill for a bit and have a bit more food before I head back. Maybe I'll make some more tea. I brought some milk tea, so I think I'll do that. But yeah, thanks for following on. Thank you for watching. See you next time.